Thank you. Thank you. Oh, we were all caught a bit unawares. Yes, I've just had to go in the gallery and sort out the technical problems. I am very, very sorry. I am Stamford Chidge, by the way, and this is the Chelsea Football FanCast. But apparently it's not going out on the Sports Tonight Live platform, or more pertinently on the Sports Tonight platform that you can see on our website at chelseafancast.com. There are idiots that work there and they've not clearly flicked the right switch. So many apologies, but it will be up on YouTube tomorrow, I promise you, because we are recording this. And I think I might have sorted the sound out for the Mixler, but of course that is always in the lap of the gods because it depends on your broadband speed and all that boring stuff. But I'm sorry about that, but you know, podcast, YouTube, you'll get it in the end. Now, Liverpool game. I thought, I mean, it's really weird because, of course, I couldn't see it on Saturday because I was at a conference, would you believe? So I watched it all on TiVo the next day. But I thought it was an interesting game because it was quite even for the 30 minutes. I mean, you could argue 1-1, that would make sense. But after that, I thought we just took charge and we just wrestled the initiative away from them, and they never really got a sneak after that.
I thought we'd won the game when the team sheet was announced.
I
thought Ramirez coming in played it blind. I thought he'd start. I didn't really think he'd play. And like, I don't know, one of you guys said that him marking out Sterling was really important.
He was deep in the Ivanovic.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he was playing right back at some point.
He just followed him everywhere, didn't he? I mean, Ramirez is excellent at doing a job like that on people, isn't he? Actually, I kind of love him for that.
Slightly nasty when he does it.
He's got a feeling of naughtiness.
Yeah, but the elbow in his face was
it's nasty.
Oh, nasty.
Well, definitely.
I love the fact that Rodgers at the end said that it was really close. You think, what game was he watching?
Rodgers is the perfect manager for Liverpool. Never in the history of football has a more deluded manager been in charge of a more deluded club.
I saw a quote of his the other day that totally went under the radar from the start of the season when he said something about Southampton. He said, I've got absolutely no sympathy for Southampton. They were on course for the Champions League. They had a choice. They decided to sell their players. So now they can't.
Do you know what?
It just makes me like he just doesn't have a clue.
Slightly off message, slightly off topic. But I would, in a Kevin Keegan sort of way, I would love it. I would love it if Southampton, ended up being in the top four this year, because it would be a real two fingers up to those Burks at Man United and Liverpool and City and
bedding players in all the time.
Do you know, I have a very strong, expensive bet on.
Have you
with
really?
Daniel Banks.
Have you?
I said that Southampton will get in the top four, and he said they won't.
When was this?
Okay.
When did you start this, though?
In Zagreb.
Okay.
Yeah. How many shots have you had?
After about 8 Jaeger bombs, but still, it still stands.
What's Dan's track record like at gambling on the football? Is he good?
Gambling on the football.
Well, he's good at gambling.
The thing is, he's bet that Manchester United will be in the top four, and I've bet that Southampton will be in the top four. So I need Manchester United to lose, which they're pretty rubbish. So
the way everybody else is playing, they might end up in the top four. United.
Indeed.
By default.
Spurs
Let's hope not.
Spurs and Arsenal.
Going back to teams that matter, well, a team that matters, that's Chelsea really, but that first goal, I thought, poor old Courtois had no shot. Deflection off Cahill's rear end, by the looks of it.
Cahill seemed to be the man the ball was attracted to in the penalty area.
I know. I keep teasing this about the man of the match. I'm going to show my cards now. I have nominated him as one of the men of the match because he was everywhere, as you said. And I think mainly I've done it for his dive for the handball because I think it just made me laugh.
Which one? The first one? Because the first
both, in fact.
The first one, it pretends he hits his head on the floor.
It had everything. It was a bit like a bit of comedy, a bit of drama.
The first one Match of the Day said that it was he'd given it away by crouching down and looking and thinking it was good.
Yeah, but Phil Neville then later confused feet and head.
That's probably because his face looks like, he's a bit upside down.
It explains Moyes' failed coaching methods if he was employing him.
So I don't. Basically, what I'm really saying is that goal shouldn't have counted because it was very, very fluky. I'll tell you who posted it actually. Lovely bloke, big friend of the Gaffers, and he calls himself Afro Jockney on Facebook. But John Joyce is his real name, and he posted this video up on Facebook of the alternative Scouser commentary.
And that's why Emre Can is better than Zinedine Zidane. He hits it from 50 yards out. Oh, goal of this season.
That's about the only bit I can repeat of it because every other word was effing and about us. And lots of Chelsea rent boy things going on in there.
What
Nice
does that
people.
mean?
What? Chelsea rent boy?
Yeah, what does it mean?
It means we always pay
Someone
our
please
rent on
tell me.
time. It means we always pay our rent on time.
Because we're rich.
Because we're well behaved.
It's to do with having a good landlord.
Yes.
Because we can afford it.
Well, yeah, we can afford. Do you know what? I mean, you'll remember this possibly. I know you will, but I remember the days when we used to go up to Anfield and we always used to go up with 50 quid notes and be going waving them at them, going,
I did actually have a homeless person in Liverpool once when I was at uni. Asked me for some change, and I was like, just having a normal accent. Oh, sorry, mate. It's like, oh, you got a spare tenner? Like, just like
opportunity. He's not a Scouser. He must have money. Anyway, enough. Thank God for goal line technology. I reckon that Cahill goal would not have been
given.
given.
Definitely wouldn't have been given.
Especially that end as well.
Yeah, particularly. You know, because rather than sucking the ball in, rather than the cops sucking the ball in, they were all blowing it out.
Well, they don't need to when they got a goalie that carries it in for them.
Exactly. What an idiot Mignolet is.
As I say, you carried it in. Momentum pushed it back in.
It wasn't even
It was a good save. It was a good save. The first one.
Yeah, it was actually.
I love the fact there was a good picture that was on Twitter subsequently of all the Liverpool players, the other side of the penalty spot, and all of us having a go.
And of course, none of them offside because they had a player on the
standing
line.
on the line.
Yeah.
I think Lovren was marking his own player at one point. Or something, I think.
Idiot.
It was down to zonal. They said zonal marking was what it was on.
But that's another set.
It's not zonal.
Hey, excuse me, one at a time. I know you've been away for a while, but the rules haven't changed, Pablo.
But they don't employ zonal marking.
No, I had a big chat with a couple of Liverpool people who know their stuff about just this after the game. It's not very interesting. So.
Okay, fair enough.
Then why were they all standing on the penalty spot?
Because they're not very good at marking.
They're not very good at marking. Because I said, what are they saying on social media in it? Are they moaning about the fact they can neither hear nor see us?
No. It's not too bad actually. No live stream, but we do have sound, which is great.
Well, how about
Yep.
that?
So a lot of thank God for gold line technology. Well, someone said, and then others. I asked who they thought man of the match should be.
Oh, we was a bit early, but
Bit
go on.
early,
Go on.
but yeah, but a lot of people are Matic fans.
Are
Well, they always are on Mixler.
Are they really?
You know,
Well, I do.
I think Matic might win Footballer of the Year. You know,
He's so good. He really is.
Can we hold our powder on that because we are going to talk about it?
I'll change my mind the next time we talk about it.
Okay, we kind of touched on this a minute ago. We were talking about the penalty shouts. I thought the first one, it was his shoulder. That's definitely not a penalty.
Shoulder. Definitely.
Definitely.
He shouldn't have looked guilty about
that.
that.
No,
he
I
did.
couldn't
I
even tell you at what point of the game that first one happened. The second one, however, seemed nailed on.
Well, I was going to say, Pablo. I mean, is there any possible reason you think why Antony Taylor, the referee, didn't give that? Because
it was straight. No,
it was armed to
the actual answer. It looked really blatant to me. Martin Wickham and Sam Poplar were both saying after the game they didn't think it was, and no Liverpool players appealed. No, I think they did. Then we saw Dan Levine trying to find out exactly where the mix zone was after the game. He stood outside on his own, and he was like, he immediately said it was nailed on penalty, and then having seen it back, I cannot understand why it was
really. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that, and I mean, for me, this is part of the comedy, really. But Cahill, there's a wonderful kind of clumsiness about Cahill, isn't there?
It's a Stan Laurel quality.
He's a bit of a loper, if you know what I mean. And it's just the comic way that it was like, I mean, you and me, darling, we've done a bit of the acting lot. It was like a comedy slapstick fall, wasn't it? And he kind of tried to make it look like he fell into the ball.
He's also trying to keep his hands out of the way, but he can't.
I know.
Because you can't actually fall over to actually get to the ball
But it was
like
a bit
that
like a
without
tree.
having your arm out of it.
Yeah.
You can't fall over like that, can you?
It was a bit. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but if you ever see anybody cutting a big Douglas fir or a big pine tree, there's that last moment where they cut through at the bottom, where the tree kind of goes like that and like that. And that's kind of how Cahill felt. He kind of jumped up and then went like that. And in doing so, deliberately hit the ball with his arm. But I think maybe that's the only reason why Taylor didn't give it, because he thought he might have accidentally fallen on the ball.
He was amused by his cartoon-like clumsiness.
Or he was, he had that Buster Keaton music going on in his head.
It's just bad refereeing.
Bad refereeing, Seb.
But who cares?
See,
it makes it even better. It was even better result that it should have been a penalty in the Kop end.
Yes. I'm with you on that, Seb.
And there was a wonderful picture of Gerrard going,
Handball! Yeah. We've been robbed! This is wrong! We do the robbing, not you!
I do. I just would like to point out the way that Seb brought everybody right back into focus. He marshalled everybody back to the point.
That's why he...
Exactly, Seb. That's the point.
Matic.
You are the Matic.
And I was a bit free-form like Hazard there. Yeah. And then finally, I then fell over.
Pablo got really interested. Pablo got really interested and then disinterested. I mean, it's Fabregas all over, isn't it? Benches. What do you reckon about the pens? Particularly that last one, the Cahill one.
Quite frank, I don't really care. I think
Andy made a great point on Twitter earlier today. What did you say, Andy, about if Liverpool supporters go bonkers about the penalty that Cahill should have given away?
I said they should be more worried about how they finished the team with Lambert and Barini up front than trying to get a penalty out of the last kick of the ball.
And I think you also said that you should just tell them that Costa would have saved it anyway.
Oh, yeah, you would have.
I think you're right, mate.
Chidge, can I ask?
You can ask whatever you want.
What do you think was more funny out of Ricky Lambert falling over nothing and Mignolet passing the ball off the pitch for the last kick of the game?
Without doubt, Mignolet. I think that Mignolet, who I desperately want to call Madame Cholet from the Wombles, but I can't. But
you can. You just did.
I just did, didn't I? There you go.
Yeah.
But he's just. I think out of all the comedic value that Liverpool have given us over many, many years, but particularly the last couple, I think Mignolet is the silent comedian of the Liverpool issue because he's so errantly a poor goalkeeper. He is beyond rubbish. Even Pt.2 Reina was better than him. It's comedy. How can you pretend to be a great club with aspirations to get into the Champions League and win the title with a goalkeeper as poor as that? And it just made me laugh even more yesterday because Mignolet, if you remember, during the World Cup was kicking off about, he wanted to be the #1 keeper for Belgium and thought he had every right to be. And I had the hump because Courtois just walked in and took his, but there is no comparison. Courtois, probably the best goalkeeper in the world. Mignolet, rubbish goalkeeper at a mid-table side. I mean, it's just, end of
Can't
argument.
kick the ball 4 yards in a straight line.
Exactly. Right, can we talk about Costa? Should we talk about Costa?
Oh, yes, let's.
I thought you might like that. The first thing I want to say is I don't know if the boys in the gallery have got the still up, but I need this needs to be mentioned. The one with Costa and his short sleeves and the gloves. There we go. Now, I'm sorry, Diego, but that is not a good look anywhere.
You tell him that.
Well, no, that's my only theory.
It's going to come flying through there.
The gloves. They've got the Chelsea crest on them.
My only theory with this is that obviously nobody in the dressing room is brave enough to tell him that it's not a good look. What do you reckon?
It's true, yeah.
Well, yeah, you reckon that's right.
You wouldn't understand.
I love them.
Well, if you're going to wear gloves...
Great.
Okay, let me put it around another way. I'm not a fan of gloves at football. I've got to be honest. I'm a bit old school. I think gloves at football, wrong. Okay, they're wrong. But the only person in my experience who's really got away with that look is Demba Ba.
Oh, yeah, he does it great.
But he always wore long sleeves with his gloves, and it just made his arms look about 20 foot long.
No, they were.
At the end of the day, though,
they were 20 foot long.
If the gloves are helping him score, should we really be complaining?
Diego, don't take it personally. Diego, please do not take it personally. I don't mean you look a bit, whatever.
I thought I love the glove look. I love it.
I just think that
not on all of them, just on.
I reckon he's wearing them so he can subtly do a Maradona and blend in with the rest of his kit.
There is a photo of him in Skirtle.
Yeah,
He grabs Skirtle's face with the gloves on.
He'd have his eye out if he didn't have the gloves on.
Yeah, perhaps he's wearing them because then he doesn't scratch the scars are.
Like Torres did last year with Vertonghen.
Yeah.
That was quite fun.
I think you can actually criticise him for wearing gloves when it was just wet in Liverpool. It wasn't.
I don't know why he wore them, but it's not a good look. But as I said, I think, as we said and agreed, that the only reason he got away with it is that nobody's brave enough in the dressing room to tell him. Because he is a warrior. He is a fighter. You mentioned Skirtle. I thought that battle with Skirtle was look at that. I mean, my love for this man.
What did that?
That was
Alberto Moreno.
He did his bicycle kick.
Do you know?
I think it was Moreno sliced the back of the shot.
Moreno,
With
you reckon a Liverpool player basically got Stanley out, and, did what they do, they went down his back with Stanley knife.
To be fair, Moreno is the scousest looking Spanish man I've ever seen. It's weird.
I've got another theory on that. I know what really... It wasn't Mourinho with his nail or even a Stanley knife, although that would have been, quite funny. It was actually the fact that when Costa, tried to do his bicycle kick, his muscles are so big, like the Hulk. He burst out of his shirt. There you go.
I knew you were going to say
He's
that. I was going to
hard.
say that as well. Exactly.
Hard.
I think what happened was actually the dorsal ridge on his back opened up.
Has he got a dorsal fin?
He has.
Why has he got a dorsal fin?
Because he's a shark.
He's a shark. Very good, Jonathan. But he is a predator, eh? Moving that on. That's quite a good link. He is a predator, though. I mean, I just love the fact
He's not an alien, though.
He's not an alien, no.
It might be.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? I used to think that Drogba looked like Predator when he had the dreads back like that.
Yeah, true, yeah.
But no, this guy really is a predator. And what I love about Costa, and the goal exemplified this, he's just, and actually they said it on Sky to be fair, but he's always in the right place at the right time. That ball could have ricocheted anywhere. It went straight to Costa, and boy, did he welly that into the net. I love this man. What?
Dan the Man has
Dan
said
the Man.
he's an unfit monster.
He's an unfit monster.
I quite like that.
I don't know what that means.
No, I don't know
Well,
what that means either.
he's not meant to be like...
Oh, you mean fit as in the sense of that kind of fit?
Well, no, I thought they meant as in he's been injured. Well, injured for
Yeah,
like...
I think that's
He has.
more
Well,
like...
hasn't he?
I
But
think
he's
he's
still-
okay now.
He's still even amazing.
I mean,
don't know.
actually, do you know what? That's another. I tell you, I don't know what's got on with
Chelsea
you lot.
fans.
You're all on great segue form. You know what I was going to mention next? The fact that he's going to have a rest because he's not being picked for Spain for the international breaks. He's going to get a couple of weeks off. Should sort his injury
Why has he
out.
not been picked?
I don't know.
Because
Maybe it's a
Mourinho's been
blessing for
harping on
Chelsea,
about
though.
it for so long that
Well, I know
he's
he
scared
has.
Del
I
Bosque
think
into it.
Spain have got a friendly against Germany, and they've only got one qualifier against them.
But
against the
Del
pub team.
Bosque is an absolute. He's
Yeah.
not a nice man. He has no love for Mourinho. I'm really surprised, but I think Pablo's right. I think they've got in their ear and said, look, he's he needs to have a break. You know.
Well, it's beneficial for Spain if he's fully fit.
Well, maybe that's where they're saying
When
logic.
it really matters, not in the
Okay.
friendly
Benches,
qualifier.
benches, you lovely people. This is your chance to declare your man love for the goal pig, Diego Costa.
There's a lot of love from the benches. The missing link, a striker who knows how to finish. Great anticipation. It's great. 10 goals in nine games, is it?
Yeah, brilliant
The
stuff. I mean, I do, you know what, Dan and Andy and Gaffer, what I really love about him, I love his work rate. I mean, I mentioned earlier on in the show, I just love his bullocking runs, but
He's a beast.
his willingness to chase down a lost cause and just to get in people's faces, and it's basically comes from a will and a desire to win. And I just, the more I see this guy play, the more I love him.
And he's got lots of goals in his locker. He's got the subtle goal like Arsenal, the tap-in. So I think he's an all-round great striker.
Another good graphic they had on Sky, actually, funnily enough, after the game, is that all of his goals have come. They've all been scored from about 6 yards out. That's what it's about.
But I love the eagerness when the ball had been after Dave's fantastic run and the centre when it was put out to him. You could see his face just lighting up, thinking, "Here's my opportunity to smash it home."
Did anybody see the interview that I don't know who it was actually? It might have been BT or Sky. I don't know. In fact, it was BT, wasn't it, on the game on Saturday? But there was a great interview with Costa, and he comes across as just a lovely bloke. Actually,
There's a really, really at-length one in some magazine.
Yeah.
I haven't
But there's something really wonderfully human about him. There's not a lot of ego there. That's what I liked. I mean, he was saying that. Basically, he didn't come up through the academies like a lot of professional players. Street fighter, street footballer.
There was good video of him nutting somebody as well.
I know. But they said you can't teach what he does, and it does come from a desire to win. He said, lovely quote that came out of it was that he used to play on the same team as his brother, and they would fight each other even if they were in the same team. I just love him. We got Drogba at the right time, and he went on to be an absolute legend. If this guy keeps fit, just think what he could achieve at this club. I'm really excited
Just think
by
what
this
this
guy.
team could achieve.
Well, exactly.
He already intimidates a lot of other teams anyway, doesn't he? I mean, even like Skirtle, he's not great.
Well,
But
even
people
fine.
know
They got
that.
that really stupid ban at Liverpool. Skirtle so hard he went into McDonald's and ordered a Burger King.
That's not very hard. That's just retarded.
I know.
That is retarded.
Yeah.
Why would you go into McDonald's to order a Burger King? You go
It's
to Burger
perfectly
King.
possible that Skelton did do that.
Yeah.
Well, it's
You know,
because
But I
retarded.
think apparently they were saying on BT that Costa and Skirtle have got some
They had a
history.
run in last
Oh,
month.
Slovakia,
Slovakia
yeah.
even. So that's probably why it was a bit feisty.
There was so much more that I could do talking about. I was going to talk all about the fact that we are possibly going to be the perfect team, and it's because we got all the elements. But you know what? You don't have to hear me talk about it now because my latest IBT UK Sport article is on that very issue about explaining why we're the perfect team. Apart from one essential ingredient is missing, and that is that we haven't won any trophies yet. And I do love the way that Jose keeps flattening this a bit and flattening the hype and the mind games for Wenger
The invincible
by saying,
thing,
come back to me when we've won something.
Yeah,
and he's just right. That's a good note to end it on because, as I said, it's annoying that there's 3 or 4 things to talk about, but hey-ho, such is life. We will be back in a very short while to free vote on the fannies this week because they're not on the website, as I said, so you can't actually vote today, but we're going to have a good old discussion about it, and then we will declare who the winners are, but we will be back after a short break.